So John, two victories today, a chance to be on the American team. Tell us how your day went, how you felt you competed, and just the opportunity to make a U.S. team.
Well, I start with the last one. I mean, I've wanted to. It's to my greatest chagrin that grappling isn't an Olympic sport, because I would say is my number one ambition in life, outside of being a good husband. And so to compete at the world level with USA on my back is probably one of the things I'm most excited about. I've got 2 black belt world championships in the IBJJF, and I want to compete in other organizations. I'd like to compete in the ADCC, but this is probably one of the most euphoric experiences I've ever had. So just the idea of representing my country on the world stage is just incredibly humbling. So
what was key to your victories today? I mean, what were the kind of things that were working well for you? You got some submissions, and you also went against some pretty tough athletes.
Yeah, I'd say that my competition was very tough. It was awesome because the rule set is not quite what I'm used to. I would not say that I was at a disadvantage at all. That I love the rule set, but there are it's very heavily wrestling oriented. I'm not a great wrestler. Something I'm going to have to drastically improve upon within the next couple months. And but what was key to my success in the gi was controlling the skirt. That way you couldn't back his hips out when I needed to pull. I couldn't stand on my feet too long because Gabe's just such a powerful human being, and I was worried that I was going to get planted pretty hard had I stayed. And in no gi, I would say that the biggest key was controlling the outside of the knee, so that knowing that my feet were probably more dexterous than my opponent's ability to out-pummel them. So if I can control the outside of the knee, they would only be left with the option to backstep in order to pass, which would allow me to sweep, which is how I believe I swept on both. I went to the saddle on Gabe, and then that's how I passed Corey. And I just 2 very powerful and strong, highly skilled gentlemen, and sometimes you have to play the margins in order to secure the victory.
Have you enjoyed being out here in Colorado Springs, at the Olympic Training Center, that kind of thing?
Definitely one of the high points of my year so far. So, oh yeah, absolutely. I've never thought I'd be able to hang out in the World Training Center and step on the same mats that the people who wrestle for Team USA do. So this is just a pretty euphoric experience for me.
So what's the rest of your summer look like? Because there'll be some preparation for the Worlds once we figure out where it is.
Well, I'm training 6 to 7 days a week, year round. So training will stay. Actually, it's crazy because I've got I competed today. Next Thursday, Friday, I compete in Vegas at the IBJJF US Nationals in gi no gi. Mm-hmm. Would like to win that, and then I fly from Vegas to Des Moines because there's a high-value pro absolute going on in Des Moines that day, and so it's gonna be crazy. Actually, I get in at I fly out at 11:50 from Des Moines. I get in, or from Vegas. I get in at 8:50 in Des Moines, and I compete at 9:30. And so to be able to run the gauntlet, meaning win all 3 tournaments, would be quite the physical test. But I think that I can do it, and then my coach is going to drive me home. So then after that, I've got nothing really going on in July. July, I'm actually probably going to use to build technique and recover, because I've been kind of hitting it so hard this year. And then in August, looking at no-gi, Chicago, the IBJJF, and then I'll do Masters, because I've got a bunch of students that are going to do Masters Worlds for the IBJJF at the end of August. And then September would be it looks like that's going to be Worlds. At the same time, I'm doing no-gi Pan Ams for the IBJJF, which will be the beginning of September. And
busy, man.
Yeah, see if they've got a slot at the ADCC at the end of September. I'm always ready. So then after that, no-gi Europeans, and then no-gi Worlds at the end of the year. So really
how long you been competing, man? Did you start late in your career life, or is this something you've been doing a long time?
I started doing jiu-jitsu. Committed myself to jiu-jitsu when I was 22 in 2010. I'd be 24. I'm sorry. I started in 2008. Training in MMA. 2010, I started jiu-jitsu and decided to focus specifically on grappling. Got my purple belt in 2010. Got my brown belt in 2010. Never had a blue belt. Got my black belt in 2014. I've been competing fairly heavily from 2010 till now. So I took a couple years off. My grandma passed away, and that was hard for me to get over that. But other than that, I've been competing, pretty heavily. So.
Well, we're really looking forward to seeing you. I mean, you'll be new to our grappling team. be great to see what you can do against the Russians and all those countries.
I am really, I can't tell you how ecstatic I am about this. The idea of being able to compete internationally against people from, all walks of life all over the world is just going to be such an incredible experience. But to represent Team USA is probably the highest honor,
Yeah, well, congratulations. Great job, Jim.
Thanks, Gary.